Good morning and welcome to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now we have the press statements of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Oana Țoiu, and the Secretary General of CCP, Amer Kapetanović.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Romania. Today's statements will be made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Oana Țoiu, and the Secretary General of Regional Cooperation Council, Amer Kapetanović. Now I give the floor to the Minister, Oana Țoiu.
Thank you, Amer. It's going to be in Romanian, just so you have a heads up on the translation. Thanks.
Good morning and welcome to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We are thrilled to welcome today Mr. Amer Kapetanović, Secretary General of the Southeast European Cooperation Process of the RCC that works under the SECP. It's the third time I'm meeting the Secretary General after the Munich Security Conference and the CCP summit in Sofia. Our today's meeting took place at the start of the Romanian presidency of CCP and allow us to go through Romania's priority and discuss possible cooperation projects. The motto is Resilient, Connected European, and we will focus our mandate on three key areas: political dialogue supporting the EU enlargement process and the gradual integration of candidates into the EU single markets, which also voices Romania's interest to have a better economic facilitation for the business environment with the region. Security and stability, consolidating regional resilience against primary threats to stability. We will focus on hybrid and cyber threats alongside enhancing joint capabilities to respond to natural disasters and medical emergencies, a network that's being consolidated for that, and economic and social development. For us, for Romania, and for our role as President in office, it's important to promote sustainable economic growth by backing initiatives and projects agreed under the Green Agenda for the Western Balkans and the SE 2030 strategy. We want to leverage the potential of youth and civil society to consolidate democratic values, the rule of law, respecting for human rights, and a common European identity. And in September, our ministry will host a course for young diplomats. The course is titled Nicolae Titulescu, and we'll have participants from all the countries in the region. We also worked this year on the network for risk assurance, as well as for fighting disinformation. We want to tackle the entire society in order to be able to respond to cyber threats and disinformation campaigns. So we will coordinate an expertise exchange between the experts in the region. On top of the agenda, we have as focus connectivity. That it's very important to overlap the agenda of the presidency in office with the negotiations for the multi-annual negotiations. So for Romania, it's important to have the resources from our country, but also an accessible budget so that connectivity projects like highways or railroad or gradual integration in the single market and in the other markets when it comes to low roaming costs, or as we have the precedent with Moldova to remove the roaming costs. Well, these things are important, of course, together with the negotiations and discussions of the EU with the countries in the region. They are also important for the Romanian communities in the neighboring country to be able to ensure a better connection with the home communities. During the presidency, and today we will have with us in the round table, a project on migration and regional collaboration for the protection of the borders, a very important topic for the EU now, but also for the countries in the region. It is the fourth time when Romania has the presidency. Actually, we are a founding member in 1996. So this year we also celebrate 30 years, and it was really nice to look back and see how we can strengthen this initiative and amplify it in the next year in terms of coordination between the countries and the economies, but also when it comes to strengthening the common views we will present in Brussels. Thank you for being here in Romania. Thanks to you, and thanks also to your team. You have the floor now.
Thank you, Minister Țoiu. Thank you very much for warm hospitality of yours and your colleagues. I would like to... okay, sorry. I will repeat it once again. Sorry. Thank you very much for having us, for your great hospitality. I would like to say, you know, for very important, very systemic, very professional preparation for your chairmanship in office of this very important format. For those of you probably who don't know, 13 economies, 150 million people, 2.2 to 2.5 trillion GDP combined. So quite significant area where even on geopolitical, geoeconomic map, if you want, of which Romania is taking over chairmanship, very ambitiously, as Minister Țoiu rightly pointed out. So we have come here to Bucharest, and it's always good to be here, but particularly to see how we can not only talk the talk, but how we can walk the talk, how we can pick up concrete projects that business community across the region, that every citizen across the region can feel the benefit of. And therefore, I'm really grateful for a very ambitious agenda, which I'm sure would help us to bring about the change and to revive this format and to make the continuity that can be felt on every doorstep, on every street in our region. Minister Țoiu mentioned this disaster risk insurance mechanism, better communication and collaboration with the business community across the region and chambers of commerce. But also, I mean, this region as it is, cooperation as we want to have, can also bring lots of benefits to European security architecture. And therefore, we are very pleased as a secretariat of this process to work together with you in next year and to have continuity so that last 30 years were not in vain, but actually that we are taking best lessons that we learned along 3 decades and transform it into something very positive, especially now under given geopolitical constellation, which is quite challenging. So thank you very much once again. I look forward to cooperating with you and your excellent team. Thank you.
Thank you. Another important news is that in June 2026 we will host in Romania the summit, most likely in Bucharest, the summit of the SESCP. We will have all the member economies at leader level, at president level. If you have any questions on the topic of this praise statement, if not, thank you and have a lovely day.
Thank you.